There's no reason to tell Paul Bettany that you were in a blackout if it wasn't true, correct?
There are again, when I write something, when I write a text, especially if I'm in a particularly impassioned place, it's a canvas, it's a painting.
Right.
You choose your
appreciate that.
colors.
That wasn't my question, sir. My question was very simple.
Okay.
Would you agree that at least on parts of that plane flight, you were in a blackout?
No, I wouldn't agree that I was in a blackout.
Okay,
I would say
let's
that
look
there's
at
a
page
difference between a
333 of
blackout and when you're on opiates.
Let's look at page 333 of your transcript, please.
333.
This is day 2. This is from the UK trial.
Yes, we seem to be there a lot. 333.
Your Honor, may we approach, please?
Okay.
Do you see that page, Mr. Depp?
333, yes, I do.
Okay. And you see on line 8, you were asked a question, but parts of that flight are blacked out. Answer, apparently, but yes, apparently that is what I'm saying to Mr. Bettany. Question, yes. Is there any reason why you would say that to Mr. Bettany if it were not true? Answer, probably not. Did I read that right?
You did?
And you would agree that on that flight, you were very drunk and that you had taken drugs either before or during the flight, correct?
I know that I knew that I was going to have a very ugly, I was going to end up with a very ugly situation with Amber, so
Mr.
I
Depp,
doubled up
with respect, trying to respect the court's time and the jury's time, that was not my question. My question was simply,
I understand when you take 5 minutes to look for a document.
You would agree that on that flight, you were very drunk and you had taken drugs either before or during or both. Correct?
Objection compound.
All right, sustained.
You would agree that you were very drunk on that flight, correct?
I do not agree that I was very drunk on that flight.
And you would agree that you had taken drugs either before or during that flight, correct?
I had taken a double dose of the roxycodone, which is different than a blackout.
But you don't agree that you were very drunk?
I don't recall drinking a whole, you don't need to drink a whole lot when you're on those things. You don't have time.
You just testified you weren't drunk on the flight, okay?
I don't recall being drunk, no.
All right, let's look at page 335 of your UK testimony.
Okay, Mr. Roddenberry. Where would you like to start?
Line 11, please. You were asked a question. I want to make sure it is quite clear what you were saying about the Boston plane incident. You were very drunk. You had taken drugs either before or during or both. Do you agree with that? Answer, sure. For the purposes of getting through this, let's say yes. Everything you have said, I agree. Did
Yes,
I read that right?
You did. I was caving in from...
My question was simply, did I read that correctly, Mr. Depp?
I understand.
Now, can we pull up Exhibit 243, please? Actually, no, you know what? Let's go to Exhibit 221. Your Honor, this is a recording, and I'd be happy to read. We're going to play three excerpts from it.
Okay, and there's no objections to the entire audio recording coming in, is that correct?
May we approach? I would just like to know what it is first.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, so while this sidebar is underway, I want to bring in our guest analyst this hour, forensic psychologist John Delatorre in San Antonio, Texas, and also joining us now, prosecutor and former criminal defense attorney April Sampson in Ermine, South Carolina, joining us. So April, I mean, we've seen this certainly has been contentious at times as this cross-examination is going on. How do you think Johnny Depp is doing? And how do you think that the attorneys are doing?
I mean, I think he's doing as well as can be expected considering all of the things they have to go through. He's starting to get in a rhythm as far as answering.
Yeah. Do you think that the attorney, Mr. Rottenborn there, has been, you know, has he kind of crossed the line into making himself look unlikable to the jury?
I think it can go that way because he's getting in a lot of information, but without explaining kind of where he's going. And he's starting to cut Depp off. And I think that can have a negative effect with the jury. Just let them answer the questions and then try to correct them, not the other way around.
Yeah, it's interesting because I see that Depp really has been pretty courteous to the defense attorney, even thanking him at times. Actually, the sidebar is now over, so we want to bring you back into court as actor Johnny Depp is being cross-examined by the attorneys for Amber Heard.
The first is the start of the audio through 1 minute, just the first full minute, and then 2:50 through 3:20, 2 minutes and 50 seconds through 3:20, and then 9:30 through 10 minutes.
All right.
Please.
So 221 in its entirety in evidence, but you play those excerpts, got it.
That's your voice making those moaning sounds sound like an animal in pain, right, Mr. Depp?
That's exactly what I said before. Yes, that is sounds like a pained animal, and
Let's
it
go to
is my voice.
250, please. And then let's go play 9:30, please.
Stay with this fucking idiot in case she gets sick.
Mr. Depp, do you know who the male voice is who at around 9:41 says no? Voice that
Oh,
was?
I didn't hear those words,
Okay.
but
All right.
yes, that's Jerry Judge, if you wanted me to answer that.
That was Jerry Judge's voice. Okay.
Yeah.
So you finish this flight. You send the text that we've seen to Amber. You send the text to Paul Bettany, and at some point after this, you decide that you want to go to Detox. And you went to Detox. You testified a little bit about it yesterday in August of 2014 in the Bahamas, correct?
The recording of the pain noises is not from that flight, sir.
Not my question. My question is, you went to Detox in August 2014,
I
right?
don't recall exactly.
And you were there on the island with...
Oh, on the island, yes,
Yeah,
of course.
you were there on the island with Amber and Debbie Lloyd and Dr. Kipper, correct?
That's correct, yes.
You and Amber were on one side of the island, right?
Yes,
And Amber was effectively dedicating herself to your well-being during this detox process, correct?
you could describe it as that, as at the beginning, yes, certainly.
She was trying to help you get through it, right?
One would think.
And as far as you know, she's never been in any sort of detox in her life, right? Certainly not when you were together, correct?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. And we all heard your testimony yesterday. Detox, it sounds painful. It sounds tough. Fair?
Yes, that's...
And you testified yesterday about her not giving you medications at a certain time, but you, sir, have no personal knowledge of whether or when Amber had been in touch with Dr. Kipper or Debbie Lloyd about when to give you medicine, correct?
I
You
remember...
have no personal knowledge of that.
Yes, I do. I remember Amber calling them on the radio, and when I was complaining that I needed the meds when I was in agony and went to the shower, she called them up because she had said that I was in a manic state or it was in some mania, and they came up there.
Okay. And sometime after detox, fair, and you said that they came up there, but my point to you is you have no personal knowledge of what Dr. Kipper or Debbie Lloyd communicated to Amber about whether and when to give you medicines. You weren't part of those communications, correct?
Sure I was. I was there during those discussions.
Right, but
there were times sort of written down, but you know, the golden rule essentially is if the patient is in an uncomfortable or dangerous, potentially dangerous state, which would lead to seizures, medication should be distributed. That's what I remember, even though if it was supposed to be delivered at 4 p.m. and it was 3:15 or 3:30, you know.
According to you, that's what you recall the golden rule was, right?
Yes, I
Okay.
mean, that's what doctors and patients
And
do.
after